What's going on there, friends and neighbors? I am Rob Reviews, and today I'm going to be talking about the Neon Genesis Evangelion EVA 01 test type figure, also known as the San Diego Comic-Con International 2001 exclusive EVA Unit-01 glow-in-the-dark The First Angel Adam. And apparently this was a limited edition of 2001 figures worldwide. Since this box is so big, I figure I'd go over all the different parts of it up close. So as you can see, San Diego Comic-Con International blah 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 blah, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Kyoto, a little screen grab from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and here we can see all the dynamic and cool poses we can get this figure into. Although the version shown here is obviously the painted version, not the glow-in-the-dark version. This is also the back of the box where we see more EVA units in the background, and as we slowly rise up, you can see a bigger picture of the figure on the back, as well as a nice little read-up. 2015 AD, mankind faces a crisis any in human history. Right. To confront this threat, one young boy now boards a machine created by the world's top scientists and engineers. The ultimate all-purpose humanoid weapon, Evangelion. 2015 AD, mankind faces a crisis any in human history. Wow, it's a typo if I ever saw one. But you're not here for the box, let's just start talking about this figure. And here he is, everybody, EVA Unit 1, or the First Angel Adam. Now I'm going to do things a little bit differently for this video. I'm going to be going over articulation first, because I feel like going over detail and paint along with all of the accessories is really going to take a longer time than going over all the articulation. So hands can spin about just like so. This arm can go all the way around. This arm can also go back about that far and forward this far. Just to show you a little bit more zoomed out here, it can go back this far and forward this far. This arm can go all the way around as well. You just kind of have to turn the hand out of the way, and this arm can go in about that far and up about that far, not too far. And as you've been seeing, we've got a nice little twist and turn at the torso. I'm pretty sure it can go all the way around if I take the plug out. Ugh. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, all the way around, just like so. Now the head can move, but oddly enough, it's only side to side, no up and down. So we can go to my left, and we can go to my right. Now since the head is on a peg, it can turn all the way around, just in case you wanted to know. And now we're at the legs. Legs can kick up about that high, pretty much all the way up. We've got a nice little bend at the knee, nothing too crazy, just your average bend at the knee. The feet can swivel from left to right. It really can't move around. There's no 360-degree movement. It's just left and right. Same goes for the other leg. Kick up pretty high, bend at the knee, and a left and right motion with the foot. That pretty much covers articulation. The guy is very basic in what he can do and what kind of poses he can have. As you can see, since his legs are so widespread and everything, he really only has one major pose you can get him into. He's either standing and slouching over, or on a knee or both knees and still slouching over. Which I'm fine with, because there's a lot of Evangelion figures these days that are standing upright and they're all kind of in the same position. And this being from the original anime, not only is he a little bit beefier, but he's got that very hunched over pose, and I'm okay with that. But that's not all this guy is packing though. Oh no, absolutely not. This guy comes with a butt ton of accessories. So we've got 3 right hands, 2 left hands, an alternate head with the mouth opened, 1 large rifle, a handgun, a knife, whatever this is. This figure really didn't come with instructions. I still don't know what this is. A plug to cover up the hole in the back whenever you take the umbilical cord out, and a little figure of what I'm assuming is to be Kaoru? Yeah, I mean, he's got his hands in his pockets and his feet are pointed down as if he's floating in the air. You know, it's weird. You get an EVA Unit 1 figure, you expect Shinji, but in this one you get Kaoru. But anyway, let's get to the lengthy part of this video. Detail. You know, it's been a couple of days since I got this guy in the mail. And ever since I did and I got him out of the packaging and I filmed the first part of this video, I've just had a hard time putting this thing down. I'm always trying to get him into different poses, always trying to get cool shots of him and such. And I'm just so happy that I finally have this thing. But anyway, here is a shot of the normal head with the mouth closed. This is the best picture I was able to get with both of my cameras. This thing is all white, very clear, and both of my cameras had a hard time focusing in on a specific part of the figure, so I apologize if it's a little blurry. But the reason why I wanted to show this picture is because if you look on the horn over here, you can see that the strip was still molded in there, the circles on the chest, the circles on the back, the lines on the pauldrons, everything. This blew my mind because aside from what I've gotten from Funko, when you say glow-in-the-dark figure, I really think minimal detail and just shape of the figure. Because as a kid, that's what I was used to getting, but not with this guy. Here is a shot with the alternate head with the mouth open, and I edited it up a bit so you can actually see some of the detail around the face, but it looks like my camera decided to focus on the hand back there, but I still think this is a really, really cool shot. But fret not, here are some pictures of the alternate head with the mouth opened. You can see the teeth, you can see the eyes, you can see the snarl in this thing. I love this figure. I really friggin' love this figure. His face is just so very creepy. Looking at the hands, you can see that pretty much everything that needs to be there is there. We've got the molding on the knuckles, the crinkling of the fingers. It's just awesome. Coming down to the knee and the leg, this is why I like clear plastic figures. You get to see all the inner workings of everything. Even if it's just very, very simple, I can't help it. I just love how this looks. And even up here, seeing the two hinges that hold and move the arms, it's so cool! Ah! And again, you can see the detail that's in this thing. I understand that this is very common knowledge. It's just blowing my mind, and I just love how cool it looks. Coming around to the other side of the figure, you can see that the stripes are molded into the arms. You got the little blade on the forearm over here that looks like it was dry brushed and speckled. It looks friggin' amazing. And you do get a bit of that speckle effect throughout the figure if you look hard enough, like right here on the leg. Why am I so infatuated with this figure? Somebody please help. Now here's around the back of the figure with the umbilical cord attached. Again, you can see everything. You have to look a little bit closer than you normally would when it comes to a figure, but the detail's all there. It looks beautiful. We've got more of that speckle effect on the umbilical cord. You can see more stripes on the arm. You can see more of that speckle effect up here on the shoulder pauldron. I love this figure. And here is a picture of all the accessories that come with the figure, minus the alternate head. And yes, they all glow in the dark as well. This is what the figure looks like from the back when the umbilical cord isn't attached. That little piece right there actually pops out of the figure. It took me a while to actually put 2 and 2 together on that one. I'm slow, I know. But if you look just below that, you can see the detail and the speckle and the everything on the back side over here. It looks so cool. Here's the figure holding his little knife. Here's the figure with his handgun. And here's the figure with his rifle and his knife. I really love this pose. So much so that I had to include 2 pictures of it. And if we look at the blaster over here, the top part, it's just so thin and clear. It's almost like it's jellyfish membrane. I love it. I still have no idea what the heck this is. I think it's an extended clip for the handgun just because the two kind of match up, but I don't know. I really don't know. If you know, please let me know. And here's a picture of EVA Unit 1 holding Kaoru. I really like this picture. This is actually the pose that I have the figure in right now. Mouth opened and everything. And despite this little guy being very small, you can see wrinkles in the shirts and the pants. You can see strands of hair. I'm amazed. And here is a picture of the figure away from the green screen so you don't get that like green tinge to the figure. So this figure is gonna look great no matter where you put him. This is on top of my computer desk right here, and oh my god. And here is a picture of the figure fully packaged. This was before I opened him, and now it's time for that size comparison. Here is our first Angel Adam figure with the Bandai EVA Unit 1 figure and the Sega Rei Ayanami figure. And here is first Angel Adam with the Alpha Motoko Kusanagi and the McFarlane Motoko Kusanagi. And that is pretty much that. Yeah, this guy is obviously pretty darn limited when it comes to paint, isn't he? But this is the version I've been looking for. This is the version that I've had an extremely hard time finding. I was actually lucky enough to get this guy for $20 plus $10 shipping. This is the cheapest I've ever seen him. And despite being completely clear plastic, I know that might turn some people off, but I've always been a fan of the clear plastic, especially when it's glow-in-the-dark clear plastic. Sure, at first glance, he doesn't look like much, but once you really get in there and you look at all the angular grooves and all of the different molding across the entire figure, and the detail actually being, you know, sculpted into the figure. And I like this figure so very much that I've decided that I am definitely going to be picking up the fully painted version of this guy. I'm a sucker for glow in the dark, what can I say? Speaking of which, let's test that out, shall we? Not bad, huh? Yeah, he glows pretty well, but as you can see, the glow fades rather quickly, especially on camera. So, if you dig pretty basic articulation, you like glow-in-the-dark figures, and you like Neon Genesis Evangelion, this guy is 100% for you. But then again, even if you're not a fan of glow-in-the-dark figures, he comes in the normal matte version and a metallic version, and I think there's even an all-gold version of this figure as well. There's a figure in this line for Unit 0, I haven't seen a figure for Unit 3 or Unit 4, but just know you have some options out there, especially when it comes to paint. I really like this dude. I am so happy to have him in my ever-growing Evangelion collection, and I really couldn't be happier having this guy in my collection and affording him at such a cheap price as well. But anyway, why don't you let me know in the comment section below what you think of this figure, if you would get this particular figure, or if you would get the two other paint options for this figure. How do you feel about glow-in-the-dark figures? How do you feel about Neon Genesis Evangelion or the Evangelion Rebuild films? Anything about Evangelion, just comment down below. Let's talk about it. But anyway, I have been Rob Reviews. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.